tuning into the Tom Leykis Show. This is where America gets together to talk about the issues you really care about. It's a different kind of a radio talk program. We're the radio talk show that is not hosted by a right-wing wacko or a convicted felon. No, I am your host. Write down our toll-free telephone number. You got to need it. It's 1-800-5800-TOM. 1-800-5800-866. Thank you for tuning in. Thanks for being part of the program. Here we are, you and me, on the radio. We appreciate you being here. In this segment of our show, I want to talk to you about a subject that was discussed years ago. And pretty much everybody decided they knew the answer. They knew the solution. And I think they were wrong. I do. Everyone think they knew the answer, but everyone thought they knew the answer, but I think they were wrong. In fact, in my opinion, they're definitely wrong. It's my opinion that, and you're going to think I'm a real throwback for saying this, but I'm a throwback in a lot of ways, so I'm just going to say it. I honestly believe that, and I'm saying this after being married 4 times, so I have a little bit of experience in this area. And I made every mistake, so it's not like I'm pretending to be an expert. I just have made the mistakes, and I've seen what goes wrong. And I take full responsibility for the mistakes I made. I don't blame it on everybody else. I take my share of the responsibility. I do. No doubt about it. But having been through all that, let me just say this. I think that a marriage works better if a woman is staying home. I do. I'm going to tell you all the reasons why. Okay. For one thing, if you are one of the majority of people who want to have kids when you're married, I'm sorry. We have heard about all the problems that happen when there's no parents at home. Somebody's got to be home. And we all know that women have less interest in being at work than men do. Women are cheap creatures. Women don't like going to work. And secretly, most women yearn to be home. They don't want to be working, okay? And it's men who not only have the ambition, but let's face it, we are socialized to grow up and work from the day we graduate school to the day we're dead from working so much. That's number one. Number two, and this is something, the dirty part of it that nobody wants to talk about. In the last 35 years or so, more and more women have been going to work. The number of women effing around has skyrocketed. Skyrocketed. Why? Because, I'll give you my opinion about that. It's because women are attracted to money, fame, and power. And the boss, whoever the boss is, no matter how low down we're talking, like if he's the manager of the home and garden department at Target, and you are there organizing bug spray, the boss has power over you. And I tend to believe that, you may think I'm wacky, but the more women are at work, the more they go to lunch with the other people at work, the more they go out for drinks after work with the other people at work, including all the guys who have power and the guys who run things. Like women get into more trouble. And, again, you can tell me, oh, that's so reactionary, that's so terrible. But you know what? The proof is in the pudding. Look at the numbers. More women F around now than ever. Than ever. I think a big part of the problem is they're at the office. Can they F around at home? Of course they can. But it's a lot harder to do it when you're at home with the kids. A lot harder. You drop the kids off at daycare at 7:30 in the morning and head off to work, anything can happen. And according to the statistics, it frequently does. So why give women that opportunity to F around? Do men F around? Sure, but we can cut the effing around significantly if women stay at home. Women don't want to work anyway. Are there exceptions? Sure there are. But the reality is that most of the women who say they could never stay home, they say it because they're too fat or homely to meet somebody who would pay their bills. They have to work, just like men. They have no choice. That's why so many of them are bitches. Because they got to be like guys. Nobody likes a woman who's like a guy. We just don't. Let's just tell the truth about this. So I think that's another reason that a marriage works better if a woman is at home. Still, another reason is that men are more successful, and we've found documentation of this many times. Men are more successful when they have a woman at home who can pack them to leave town, make dinner for them and their boss and the clients or whatever. When a woman can be a good hostess. Men are more successful, make more money, do better. How many women, by the way, work at lousy jobs? Think about this. I had this happen once, okay? I was once married to somebody. I'll just say it this way. I was once married to somebody who was an aspiring television news reporter. I was there the first day she was on the air. And the TV station where she was working, which was not in L.A., so stop trying to guess who this is. TV station paid $14,000 a year. And when I sat down and added up the cost of clothing, which the TV station didn't provide at this smaller market, dry cleaning for the clothing, cosmetics, which the TV station did not provide, you had to come in made up to be on TV, I was spending about $14,000 a year. So in other words, the net profit of my companion going out to work was zero. Zero profit. So not only did our marriage suffer as a result of her working late and being there with other guys around and all that, the end result was we didn't even make any money out of the deal. How many of you have a wife who goes to work just to prove a point? But the reality is, after daycare or babysitters or gas or dry cleaning or lunch and breakfast and dinner out at remote locations, how many of you have zero left over or near zero left over? Like it's a complete waste of effort. It's all just to prove that your wife can go out and work just like you do. It's a point that isn't... What's the point of proving? Granted, if your wife could go out and earn $150,000 a year, maybe she should. But how many women really do? So how many of you just go to a job and the money you make barely covers the expense of going to work? Virtually every woman I know who goes to work, especially when they have kids and they've got to pay for child care, they make next to nothing. Sometimes they lose money going to work. What's the point of that? If you're going to break even or lose money, why not stay home and raise your kids? Let your kid get to know your name. Maybe learn how to make a little oatmeal in the morning. Or how about you sit there and teach them how to carve a pumpkin, dear, instead of leaving that to the daycare center. You wanted to have kids after all. How about you stay home and raise them? Do you think I'm being unreasonable?
Tom Leykis. 1-800-5800. Tom.
I think women understand how important fellatio is to most men. I don't think they get it.
The Tom Leykis Show.
Leykis on Hot Talk 1080 KOTK.
This is Rocky Moselle of International Star Registry. For birthdays, holidays, or any occasion, give the gift that is never forgotten. Name a star after someone. for $48 and a call to 800-282-3333, or visit starregistry.com. The Star Registry will name a star after anyone you choose and send a beautiful personalized gift. The new star name will be recorded in book form in the U.S. Copyright Office. Call the Star Registry at 800-282-3333 or visit starregistry.com for the gift that shines forever.
And we're playing all your favorites, but right now I have a pair of free tickets to tonight's big concert for the third caller. Oh, let's go to the phone lines. They are heating up, and let's see. Hello.
Hello.
Is this Miss Shannon Johnson?
Yes, it is.
Oh, you sound very excited.
I am.
Well, Miss Johnson, I have good news.
I'm the third caller.
No. I just saved a load of money on car insurance by switching to Geico.
See what you could save. Call 1-800-947-AUTO. Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% on car insurance.
Do you feel like your debt problems are beyond help? Now there's a nonprofit organization that can help you significantly reduce your monthly payments. It's called Ameridebt. Ameridebt can help reduce or even eliminate your interest rates, and they'll consolidate your bills into one lower monthly payment. If you have more than $2,000 in debt, call Ameridebt now for a free debt consultation. Not available in all states. Call 1-800-365-4205. That's 1-800-365-4205.
Here's news. Used car ads don't always tell the truth. Guess the owner figures who'd respond to for sale, rebuilt junker with hidden fire damage and 2 odometer rollbacks. Who'd buy that? Well, one thing's for sure, it won't be you, as long as you get a vehicle history report from Carfax.com. They'll give you the real history of any used car. Visit CARFAX.com or ask your dealer for a Carfax report. Don't buy a used car without Carfax.
War in Iraq. This is a CNN radio special report. I'm Maria Boynton. U.S.-led coalition forces killed an estimated 150 to 200 Iraqis Tuesday in a massive land battle, possibly the biggest firefight of the war, east of Najaf, about 95 miles south of Baghdad. U.S. Marines seized a hospital in the southern city of Nasiriyah and captured nearly 170 Iraqi soldiers who had been staging military operations from the facility. Central Command says the hospital contained thousands of chemical suits with masks. Coalition forces are on Baghdad's doorsteps, yet as our Nick Robertson reports, Saddam Hussein's inner circle remains remarkably confident.
Information Minister Mohammed al-Sahaf came out today to try and put down reports that there was an uprising in Basra. He said Basra was stable and that the people there were fighting back. Indeed, he said the fighters in Basra would teach the coalition forces a lesson.
British officials say Iraqis have been firing mortar shells onto their own people in an effort to suppress that uprising.
The Phil Hendry Show is now on Hot Talk 1080, KOTK.
Adler tells us that when the mother finally breaks the symbiosis, we become angry.
Why don't you speak English so people know what the hell you're talking about?
Phil Hendry.
When you were no longer being breastfed and you began to separate, did you feel, and I will ask the question and you'll get angry, was there any rectal burning?
Here you go again with it.
What does rectal burning have to do with being breastfed?
Phil Hendry, right after Leykis, only on Hot Talk 1080, KOTK.
Hot Talk 1080 KOTK. It's the Tom Leykis Show, and we're traffic jamming.
Usual delays, I-5 north and southbound getting out of downtown. There are delays due to an earlier accident as well, and it's in the cleanup stages on Springwater Road at the Carver Boat Ramp down in Clackamas. Sunset Highway, you will find some delays passing 217 out to Cedar Hills Boulevard. This reporter Service of Oregon Tobacco Prevention and Education Program. Smoking can be one of the toughest habits to break for most. It's an uphill climb, and the hardest part is taking the first step. Help is here. Call 1-877-270-STOP. I'm Mike Moore, and that's your commuter update on Hot Talk 1080 KOTK.
Imus in the morning because Hot Talk 1080 KOTK.
Tom Leykis Show at 1-800-5800-TOM. That's our telephone number. It's Steve on a cell phone. Steve, you're on the Tom Leykis Show.
Tom, how's it going?
Pretty good.
Yeah, you're just talking about the right subject. I'm going ready to go through a divorce right now.
Yeah.
And with 5 kids, and she had to go out and get a job to support herself because she was cut off all the money.
Oh, really? No vagina money?
Nope. Well, we haven't started yet.
Oh.
For now, she's getting no money. And it's like she had to go out and get a job, and then she decided she needed a new car for the looks.
Oh, yeah, because she has to pick up guys now.
Yeah. And
I'll bet she's going back to the gym, too.
that's what started this whole thing, the gym and the computer. She lost the weight, and now she looks good, she figures, and she don't need me anymore.
Uh-huh.
She dismissed me, so I'm like, okay, fine.
Mm-hmm.
Now you got to go out and get your own money.
There you go.
And all her money goes to bills, and now she has a car payment. She's probably left broke by the end of every week.
Well, we don't know how the court is going to take care of you yet, Steve, so don't be too happy yet.
I'm fighting to keep the kids. I'm going to fight till the day I die to keep my 5 kids.
Look at you, 5 kids. Holy cow.
Yeah. 5 kids.
Sounds to me like your wife doesn't want to be taking care of kids. Sounds like she wants to be going to the gym and picking up guys in her new car.
That's what everybody's telling me. That's why I'm fighting her on the kids.
Yep.
I'm going to fight her on the money. If I can get money out of her, I'm going to take that too.
Good for you. I'm proud to hear that, Steve. I really am. It's Kelly on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hi, Tom.
Hi.
I just wanted to say that ever since, the whole women's live movement, they try to show that women can have careers now, which is fine. But I think that every woman this day and age needs to decide whether she wants to be a mom or be a career woman, because I don't think it's fair to the kids to be both.
I agree with that.
Yeah, I don't think kids should be in daycare not knowing who their parents are.
Right. And frankly, I don't believe people should be having kids unless they think they're going to stay married. I really do believe
absolutely
that people should be absolutely certain, as much as you can be certain, that you're going to be together. And you can't decide that after a month or 3 months or 6 months. You can't.
Exactly.
And how many people out there are getting married because they got knocked up?
Right, totally. So I myself am a college student, and I know that I'm going to have to make the decision about if I want to continue a career or if I want to be a mom.
Mm-hmm.
So, and if something happens and I do get divorced, then I can always have my education to fall back on. But if I'm going to be a mom, I have to be a mom 100%.
I agree with you.
So that's my stance.
Thank you, Kelly.
Thanks.
It's Kim on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hey, Tom, I care. How you doing?
Pretty good, Kim.
I caught you off guard, huh? Listen, I just wanted to say that my parents were married for 35 years. They're totally in love. They're totally happy. My mom worked when my brother and I were young. I mean, she didn't work. She stayed home. Then when we got a little older, like junior high, she went back to work, and she makes an enormous amount of money working 4 days a week, and she works because she wants to. And my father works. He tries to get her not to go to work. He's like, you don't need to, we can afford it, blah, blah, blah. They live very comfortably, and she wants to go to work. And I just think that so many women are left high and dry in a divorce situation nowadays that they can't support themselves and they're screwed. And I just think it's wonderful that people like my mom know that they can support themselves if the need, came up.
Yeah, but fine. Waiting until you're in junior high school, I'll go along with that.
It was great.
But, you have these women who, they take 6 weeks off, then they go back to work.
Yeah, I don't agree with that. You do need to make a decision. I'm just saying, and I agree with you, you shouldn't really have children until you're positive, but it just seems today...
Until you're positive that they're going to have a father. Let's start with that.
Exactly. You know what I mean? If you're married 10 years, maybe you should have kids. But aside from that, my brother and I turned out fine. We had a mom around when we were little. We went to YMCA or whatever after that. And then she went back to work, and you know what? I hate to sound corny, but she's a great role model for me. I'm 27, I work full-time, I live on my own, and I got to say, I learned a lot from my mom.
Sounds good to me.
So I won't have to depend on a guy, God forbid, I catch him cheating or what have you.
Sounds good to me. Well, Kim, again, the most important thing is that when kids are young, they have somebody there at home.
This is true.
But, women these days, they're one extreme or the other. They either stay home forever, or they have kids and they go back after a few weeks to work, and the kids are left off with other people.
You know what? There's I don't know if you're going to find many women that feel this way, but I'm more pro-abortion. I think so many of these stupid people couples, the men and women alike, that think they can be good parents at 17 or 19 or 21 for that matter, and they just have no place bringing a child into this world. I think you should just take care of it and move on, and when you're grown up enough, bring the kid in. But that's why so many kids are screwed up nowadays.
I agree with you, Kim. Thank you for the call. Jane on a cell phone. You're on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello, Jane.
Hi, Tom.
Hi.
Tom, I got to tell you something. Some of the advice you give, my mouth just drops.
Why is that?
Because, I raised my kids, stayed at home, but I did have a part-time job, whether it made money or not.
Why?
I was a good wife. I was a good mother.
What was the point of that?
And then he left for a younger woman. And thank God I had that job.
Yeah, but maybe if you were home all the time, he wouldn't have left.
Oh, I was home pretty good at the time.
Yeah, well, that says you. I mean, it's entirely possible that because of your work, you found other things to do.
Oh, come on. You know, we have to be example to our children that we can handle both things. We can be...
You can't handle both things. You can't.
Yes, we can.
No, but the point is you raise kids who are the next generation of muggers, murderers, and drug addicts. That's what you get.
Don't.
Of course you do.
No, we don't. We raise good kids that see that our mothers can do both things.
But they don't, and they can't.
What makes you...
The fact that you are physically capable of showing up in an office and then coming home and you have kids that you are physically capable of having does not mean that everything is turning out the way it should. Many of these kids turn out to be the screw-ups of the future.
No, they're not the screw-ups of the future.
Well, you say that, but I've seen it.
And I've seen so many good examples.
Yeah, I know. How many people out there have been mugged by the children of women like you?
Children of women like me?
That's right.
Oh, please, Tom. How many kids do you have?
Fortunately for the world, none.
Thank God.
Yeah, but guess what? At least I thought ahead and said, you know what? I like my career. That's what I want to do. And I wasn't selfish like some people. I didn't say, I'm going to have kids just so I can know what the experience is like. Then I'm going to go back to, oh, you hung up on me, you coward. She hung up right in the middle. You know, I wasn't selfish like Jane. I didn't say, you know what I want to do? I want to have kids so I could see what the experience is like. And after a few weeks when the novelty wears off, I want to go back to my career. Hey, if the kids are with a nanny, or the kids are in daycare, or the kids are being babysat by, I don't know, the crack dealer down the block or whoever, what do I care? You know, I had the experience. I did what I wanted to do. I had a kid. That was it. Stupid, stupid, stupid. Rosanna, you're on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hey, Tom.
Rosanna.
I agree with you in a lot of the things that you're saying because I've been doing freelance work, basically getting pretty good money. My jobs usually go from 6 weeks, and I'm with my kids. But I was really fortunate enough about 4 years ago when I had my kids, I was able to work out of the home. And but anyway, once I started getting to the point where the kids were a little older, I couldn't work out of the home, and then I started putting them in the daycare. Basically, it was like I was working to pay the daycare. And it was, what's the point in that? I mean, my husband and I, you know, it's great to have the two incomes, and it's nice, but then, you know, you have nothing with my income left. I'm like, I have nothing to show for it.
Right.
And I totally understand it. But my thinking is in regards to going to work, it's not like I enjoy it, you know, just to get myself out. Because it's nice. I enjoy the camaraderie.
If you need to get out that much, maybe you shouldn't have had kids. Think about that.
The Tom Leykis Show. Only one radio station has the worldwide resources of CNN at your disposal 24 hours a day. Hot Talk 1080 KOTK.
War in Iraq. This is a CNN radio special report. I'm Stan Case. The Pentagon says U.S.-led coalition forces killed hundreds of Iraqi soldiers Tuesday in a massive land battle in the Euphrates Valley east of Negev. CNN Radio's Jamie McIntyre is at the Pentagon.
According to the latest reports coming back to the Pentagon, it now looks like somewhere between 150 and 200 Iraqis were killed in a confrontation with soldiers from the U.S. Army's 7th Cavalry. Again, still a significant bit of ground combat there, but not quite the number of deaths we were told initially.
A sandstorm prevented U.S. forces from calling in air cover as elements of the 7th U.S. Cavalry fought Iraqi foot soldiers. U.S. Marines seized a hospital in Nasiriyah Tuesday and captured nearly 170 Iraqi soldiers who were staging military operations from there. British military officials also say Saddam Hussein's forces in the southern city of Basra are trying to put down a revolt. This is a CNN radio special report.
From the KOTK newsroom, here's your Northwest update.
531, Tim Riley with news brought to you by More Credit Services. They can eliminate debt and repair your credit in 90 days. It's roll call time. Shouts out to service people from Rick Emerson.
Rick, my best friend ever since 5th grade, is or possibly already has shipped out. They won't tell us. His name is Captain Zachary Irvine, and he's in the Medical Logistics Corps, who have to be near the front line all the time in order to rescue and treat the wounded. Zach is originally from Iowa, where we grew up together, and right now I'd like more than anything to know that he's going to return safe. I know his mother is worried sick. Take care, my friend. Come back safe.
We're going to have more showers tonight here, Riley, in the KOTK newsroom. Live around the world at KOTK.com, made possible by a bunch of computers over the $200 laptop. Hot Talk 1080 KOTK, your source for non-stop war news from CNN, Fox, and MSNBC.
Protect your computer privacy now with Lexias software, lexias.com. You may have personal letters, emails, pictures, or confidential business files. Keep them all from the prying eyes of co-workers, bosses, spouses, and children. Lexias' $39 solution is the best line of defense against hackers and unwelcome visitors. Previously only available to top security facilities, now install it in moments. lexias.com.
Need a degree to advance your career? Then click on our radio banner now. Don't let long hours on the job keep you from career success. Earn your accredited degree or certificate on your time online via the University Alliance at www.degrees.us. Enjoy the convenience of learning from real professors via classes that you view on your computer, all from schools with solid reputations like Villanova University. Visit the University Alliance at www.degrees.us.
There's a new chill in the air. Arctic chill. A new, even colder kind of gum from Dentine Ice. Cooler. Icier. Fresher. Even cooler. Fresher. To take your breath where it's never been before. Dentine Ice. Arctic chill. New from Dentine Ice. Ice at its coldest.
Hi, this is Tim Anderson with Budget Computers. We're home of the $200 laptop or the $200 PC. Come see us this back-to-school period where we've got special deals for everybody and every price range. We're down at 4040 Southwest 114th, the beautiful downtown Beaverton. Our phone number down there is 503-646-1776. We're on the northwest corner of 217 and Canyon Road. See us today.
Budget Computers, open Monday through Friday 10 to 7, Saturday 11 to 5. On the web at budcom.com. This week's special, 1 gigahertz budget box, only $3.99.
Need a degree to advance your career? Then click on our radio banner now. Don't let long hours on the job keep you from career success. Earn your accredited degree or certificate on your time online via the University Alliance at www.degrees.us. Enjoy the convenience of learning from real professors via classes that you view on your computer, all from schools with solid reputations like Villanova University. Visit the University Alliance at www.degrees.us.
Whether you need something new to talk about or something new to talk on, Nokia has an announcement. A new way to buy a new mobile phone. Online at NokiaUSA.com, you can log on and purchase a Nokia mobile phone and even choose a calling plan that fits your needs. You'll find a complete selection of phones and all the latest accessories. Treat yourself for the holidays or give a friend that gift that keeps you connected. Nokia phones. Click now for the easiest way to buy online at NokiaUSA.com. Nokia. Connecting people.
Henry is on Hot Talk 1080 KOTK.
If I want to have sex with my cat or my dog, that's my business.
Well, Henry.
I knocked off a piece of cat this past weekend.
Phil.
The calico.
Weekdays at 10 and weeknights at 7 on Hot Talk 1080 KOTK.
This is the Tom Leykis Show.
From Los Angeles to 1-800-5800. Sherry on a cell phone. You're on the Tom Leykis Show.
Hi, Tom.
Hi, Sherry.
How are you?
Do you care?
I really do.
I'm doing great.
Good. I just wanted to say I totally agree with you. I think that all these women that go to work and just leave their kids off with God knows who, and all these murders and drug addicts and everything that's going on nowadays, I think is totally associated with that.
Yeah, I have no doubt in my mind about that. I'll say that.
Well, I mean, if you look back, like when I was a little kid and when most parents stayed home, there wasn't all this crazy stuff going on. There weren't, like, kids, 15-year-olds murdering their whole entire family, like, every day, like there is now.
Well, there certainly is a lot of that, isn't there?
There is. And people don't even seem shocked by it anymore.
Yeah, well, who do you think is doing all that mugging and murdering and raping?
These kids that are left home for hours on end by themselves doing nothing but watching TV.
How do you think? Remember that 11-year-old girl we had call in who was calling about her 2-month-old baby?
Oh, my God, yeah.
That's how you get that stuff.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, I know.
And I must say, I'm guilty. I work, but I have to only because my husband took off with someone else. But I would give my right arm to be a stay-at-home mom.
Uh-huh.
I would love to stay home with my kids.
I think if most women were honest, I think they all want that, really.
I don't know. I know I would. I mean, I would love to be able to take the summer and go with my kids to the lake every day and go to the museums, and I don't want to be stuck in an office all day having to do a bunch of crap.
I don't think anybody likes that. I'll tell you what, if I could meet a woman who would pay my bills, I'd be out of here. I wouldn't be in here doing this stupid job. I'll tell you what.
Me too. I'm married to a man who doesn't make hardly any money, and I'm thinking I need to find a new one. Because I want to stay home. I want to clean my house and cook dinners and play with my kids.
Right.
I'm not going to say I want to be a big businesswoman. There's no fun in that.
No, there isn't. Sherry, thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate the call. 1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. Let's say hello here to Maricela. Maricela, you're on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
I wanted to let you know 2 points of view. I'm a working mom. I only have one daughter. She's 3 years old. And I'm seen as a weirdo because I don't want to have another child because I am working and I'm dedicated to being a teacher. And I don't understand what's so difficult to understand. I'm not wanting to have another child because I want to work.
I have no difficulty with it. Why'd you even have one?
Well, I have one because I did want to have one, and now I see how difficult, so I definitely don't want to have another one.
Well, let me guess. What's your husband's name?
Atolin.
Oh, you are married.
Yes, I am married.
Oh, okay.
Yes, I'm married. But, and also my other point of view from a teacher, you can't believe how many of the students I have, 7th and 8th grade, don't do their work because they know they're going to go home. Their parents are not there.
Right.
They're not going to check their homework. And then...
so they'll go home and become the parents of the future.
Exactly. And then they go... I give them detention or whatever, and their parents, they don't even care because their parents won't take the time to...
So you teach kids who are 12 and 13 years old. Let me ask you a question. How often have you met their parents, or the parents were younger than you were?
Younger than me?
Yeah.
A lot.
Uh-huh.
Yes, a lot.
Which would mean they were 13 when they had kids. And
actually, you know, the students use that. They said, oh, my mom is a teenage mom. And like saying, you know, I'm next or something, you know.
Yep.
It's weird how the parents don't realize what their own kids think of them until they talk to their teachers.
Right. Or how about all the parents who think, well, they made a mistake, but their kids aren't going to make the same mistakes they made.
And they're coming next.
But for them, it was normal to be, 5 years old, and your mom just graduated high school, if you're lucky.
Actually, I had on Thursday, just last Thursday, I talked to my students all about college and things, and half of them didn't even care about what I was talking about. I asked them, how many of your parents went to college? And a fourth, if the most, went.
How many graduated? That'd be another question.
I know, I didn't ask that, but, you know, they don't even consider college. Yeah. And like the prior caller, you know, they're going to be criminals, they're going to be all this other thing.
That's right. I mean, who do you think the criminals are? You think the criminals have parents that went to Harvard and mom stayed home and took care of the kids and baked cookies with them, or the mom that decided to be an aggressive bitch and be in the office and tear her way through corporate life?
I know. That's true.
You know the deal.
Oh, well. Thank you, Tom.
Maricela, thank you.
This Sunday night on E! Catch a triple dose of reality. At 8 p.m., it's the all-new E! True Hollywood Story, The Hollywood Squares. It was the game show that launched 1,000 stars, but how many did it ultimately destroy? Then at 10 p.m., don't miss an all-new Anna Nicole show. America's guiltiest pleasure is studying to be a drama queen. And at 10:30 p.m., it's an all-new Michael Anthony show. Entertainment Weekly warns, Jay Leno, be afraid, be very afraid. This Sunday night, catch a triple dose of reality only on E!
Tom Leykis. Tom Leykis. 1-800-5800-TOM. The Tom Leykis Show.
Tom Leykis. Only on Hot Talk 1080 KOTK.
Is your current salary promised to creditors, a mortgage company, and car payments? What if you could pay off everything and start building real wealth with just the money you already make? Well, you can. Hi, my name is John Commuta, and like most Americans, I've been in debt. I lived in a big house, drove a nice car, and felt completely secure. But when things didn't go perfectly, I found out just how little I really owned. That's when I came up with a guaranteed system that eliminates debt, all debt, including your mortgage, car payments, credit cards, and more, and builds real wealth from the very first day. I did it, and so have almost 500,000 people using only their current income. It's a simple, easy-to-follow system that transforms your debt into wealth, and it does all this without sacrificing the things you want most. Call now and I'll rush you a free tape that will show you the power of my proven system. 1-800-300-5005. Stop renting your lifestyle and start owning your life. 1-800-300-5005. That's 1-800-300-5005.
Protect your computer privacy now with Lexias software, lexias.com. You may have personal letters, emails, pictures, or confidential business files. Keep them all from the prying eyes of co-workers, bosses, spouses, and children. Lexias' $39 solution is the best line of defense against hackers and unwelcome visitors. Previously only available to top security facilities, now install it in moments. lexias.com.
You should know that an independent consumer survey shows that 95% of parents that use Hooked on Phonics say it works. The latest version of Hooked on Phonics is here, and it includes bonuses and a 60-day money-back guarantee. Call now and receive the amazing Hooked on Phonics system with 5 full levels of reading with music and instruction, games, activities, plus special posters and stickers so children have fun tracking their progress. Don't delay your child's success. Call toll-free 1-800-966-0705. Hooked on Phonics.
Hi, I'm Danny Bonaducci, and right now we're on a film set with the legendary rock band KISS as they prepare to shoot a music video to help us deliver the big news. You can catch That 70s Show all week long. Hey, KISS is taking the stage, so I gotta go, but remember, folks, it's That 70s Show all week long.
Check that 70show.com or local TV listings for time and channel.
Hey, if you can read this bumper, you're too close. It's Hot Talk 1080 KOTK. The Tom Leykis Show, back after a look at traffic.
Slow traffic I-5 northbound from Skidmore to Alberta. A momentary stall is what caused that. It'll quickly clear out of the way, though. Outbound to the Banfield, seeing some slowing from both directions of I-5 to 12. Sunset looks good in both directions. Remember, overnight closures begin tonight on the St. John's Bridge for that rehabilitation project from 8 p.m. till 5 a.m. This report brought to you by Sylvan Learning Centers. For over 20 years, Sylvan Learning Centers have helped students of all ages dramatically improve their grades. Sylvan, learning feels good. Dial 1-800-EDUCATE. I'm Mike Moore. That's your commuter update on Hot Talk 1080 KOTK.
You asked for more Phil Hendry. You've got it.
That is compelling radio.
Now catch Hendry mornings at 10 and weeknights at 7. Only on Hot Talk 1080 KOTK.
The Tom Leykis Show at 1-800-5800-TOM. It's Leah on a cell phone. Leah, you're on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hi, Tom. I want to ask how you're doing. I know you're doing great. And just a little comment, short comment. By the way, I called your show before, and you're doing great. I admire your show. I listen